The journey toward developing self-love is an ongoing process that can be nurtured and strengthened over time. It commences with self-awareness and self-reflection, which are essential for recognizing and challenging our negative self-perceptions. By replacing these negative thoughts with more positive and compassionate ones, we can cultivate self-respect, a fundamental quality that contributes to our overall happiness and satisfaction. Self-respect is essentially how we perceive, value, and treat ourselves. It forms the cornerstone of our self-esteem and emotional well-being. This entails accepting ourselves with all our qualities, imperfections, and unique attributes. When we respect ourselves, we acknowledge our intrinsic value as human beings and treat ourselves with compassion, dignity, and love. However, the absence of self-respect can manifest in various ways, including constant self-criticism, persistent insecurity, self-destructive behaviors, and involvement in toxic relationships. Failing to respect ourselves allows others to mistreat us and disregard our needs and desires. One of the most significant consequences of lacking self-respect is the difficulty in setting healthy boundaries. This can lead to situations where we permit ourselves to be taken advantage of, abused, or neglected by others, ultimately harming our self-esteem and overall well-being. The good news is that self-respect is a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time on the journey toward self-love. The journey to self-love begins with self-awareness and self-reflection. These are crucial for identifying and challenging our negative self-perceptions, replacing them with more positive and compassionate thoughts. The ability to say no when necessary is a valuable tool for leading a balanced and authentic life. Saying no is an act of self-affirmation and authenticity, as it involves recognizing our own limits, needs, and priorities and effectively communicating them to others. However, many individuals struggle with saying no due to the fear of disappointing, hurting, or being judged by others. This fear of being unable to say no can have several negative consequences. It can lead to overloading our schedules, committing to things we don't genuinely want to do, and leaving us emotionally and physically exhausted. Furthermore, it can erode our self-esteem because we constantly yield to the desires and expectations of others. Establishing healthy boundaries is a critical aspect of saying no. It means knowing when and how to draw the line to protect our time, energy, and well-being. This enables us to focus on what truly matters to us and decline requests and commitments that do not align with our priorities. The ability to say no is also essential for maintaining healthy relationships. It involves expressing our feelings, needs, and limits in a respectful manner, which fosters clear and honest communication. When we can say no in a respectful way, we build more authentic and meaningful relationships. Learning to say no is a valuable skill in the journey towards self-love. The journey to self-love begins with self-awareness, which involves understanding our own limits, values, and priorities. When we have clarity about what truly matters to us, it becomes easier to distinguish when we should say yes and when we should say no. Moreover, it's important to communicate our boundaries and decisions in a respectful and compassionate manner. Saying no doesn't equate to being rude or insensitive. It means being clear about our limits and needs. Material detachment is the practice of reducing the significance we attach to our material possessions. In a world that often encourages the pursuit of happiness through material acquisitions and social status, material detachment prompts us to question why we assign so much value to these things. By diminishing the importance of material possessions, we create space for freedom and self-sufficiency. We don't need an overflowing wardrobe of expensive clothes or a house filled with possessions to feel complete. When we stop seeking happiness in material things, we can shift our focus towards emotional satisfaction. Self-sufficiency, in turn, involves the ability to take care of our emotional needs and find internal balance. This means not relying solely on others for our happiness and well-being, but seeking our own self-esteem, self-acceptance, and joy. Material detachment and emotional self-sufficiency are intricately linked because by reducing the importance of material possessions, we create room to address our emotional needs internally. We are no longer seeking validation, security, and comfort in material goods but in our own self-esteem and self-acceptance. In conclusion, self-love is an ongoing journey towards well-being and happiness, and it requires a commitment to self-care and self-compassion. Self-love empowers us to confront challenges, overcome obstacles, and foster healthier relationships. When we embrace self-love, we are crafting our own narrative of self-acceptance. It's crucial to remember that no matter where you are in your journey of self-love, each step you take is a victory that leads to a more fulfilling and satisfying life. So, celebrate yourself, take care of your mental and physical well-being, and continue nurturing the love that resides within you. Ultimately, self-love forms the foundation upon which we construct a life filled with meaning, joy, and authenticity. Opinion on the topic covered. Self-love is fundamental for our mental and emotional health, as well as for our relationships. When we cultivate self-love, we are better equipped to face challenges, overcome obstacles, and build healthy connections with others. Furthermore, self-love allows us to create a solid and authentic sense of self. However, it's critical to recognize that the path to self-love is an ongoing journey, and many people face challenges along the way. Sometimes social pressures and external expectations can make it difficult to practice self-love. Additionally, saying no respectfully and establishing healthy boundaries is essential to maintaining our self-esteem and emotional well-being. In short, self-love is an essential pillar for a meaningful, happy, and authentic life. It is a journey that requires effort and self-knowledge, but the benefits are invaluable. Therefore, it is crucial that we all seek to cultivate self-love in our lives and support others on this journey.